I love the phrase much more. Sin didn't set the bar. Grace raised the roof. No matter how deep the stain of sin, the ocean of God's grace is infinitely deeper. Where sin abounded, grace abounded much more. I love that phrase. Romans chapter 5 and verse 20. Just a minute before the final breath, Jesus cried out, Tetelestai, from the cross. In English, that is translated, it is finished. It was the same word that was written on the receipts in New Testament times, indicating that a debt had been paid in full. Jesus' death on the cross was the final installment on sin. The entire debt for every sinner was paid in full at Calvary, where sin multiplied by addition, grace multiplied by explosion. Did you hear that? It multiplied by explosion. Paul wrote, where sin abounded, grace abounded much more. Grace did much more abound. Did you catch that? Much more. The mercy bank is never closed, and there are never insufficient funds there. The supply of grace is always greater than the demand of sin. The split second we come to realize that we are sinners, a miraculous transaction happens. All our sin is transferred to Christ on account and paid in full. All our sin is transferred to Christ's account and paid in full. But as good as that is, it's only half the gospel. There's a second transfer that takes place, you know. All his righteousness is credited to our account. And God said, let's call it even. Paul explains it this way. God was in Christ reconciling the world to himself, not imputing, not counting their trespasses against them. For he made him to be sin for us who knew no sin, that we might be made, that we might become the righteousness of God in him. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 19, verse 21, it says, if any man be in Christ is our new location, you know. It means we stand in his righteousness rather than our own. So to be in Christ means to be everything Jesus and nothing of your own. So when we stand before God, we won't have to account for our sin because it was already accounted for at the cross. The Father will see the righteousness of his Son that has been credited to our account, that he has made us of. We are made of the substance of the raw material of his righteousness. Listen to me, dear. Grace didn't just cover the deficit, it made you rich. God bless you. Peter Achoji is my name.